Are you looking at buying a Kubota L3302? Well, here is everything you need to know about it in a short video. Hey guys, Zach here from Kubota Lynchburg, and today we're going to go over the Kubota L3302 real quick. So we're going to talk some of the features, the functions, the pros, the cons, and the specs on the 3302. So if you're looking to buy one, used, new, or considering this one versus some other options, we're going to give you the lowdown of most of the information. So in my videos, I like to start at the front of the tractor because it's the easiest part to start with. So we're going to talk about the front end loader. So the L3302 comes with the LA526 loader. This is your lift capacity in kilograms. So your loader arms will pick up about 1,100 pounds of lift capacity. I have other lift capacity videos out there to show exactly how much it will actually pick up, but keep in mind just roughly 1,100 pounds. On these tractors, you are going to have what's called the universal skid steer style quick attach. So you can pull both of these levers up here to disconnect your bucket, put on pallet forks, grapples, bale spears, all sorts of other attachments. So you can pop the bucket off in about 3 seconds and go ahead and use your other attachments. So this is something that is nice because this front bucket, this front end loader will work with all sorts of other brands of equipment. You can go buy anything that is universal quick attach. You're not stuck with Kubota or Land Pride. This is a very easy to take loader on and off. If you ever needed to take it off, it does have its integrated kickstands and everything. I'm not going to take it off in this video because that would take too long. But realistically, and I'm also on a hill, but realistically, it would only take you maybe a minute and a half, if that even, once you're comfortable with it, taking this loader, the whole frame piece on and off the tractor. So then we're going to work our way through the back metal hood. I just like to always point that out there, because it's nice because some of our competitors don't have that. We have the front grill guard. This comes with the loader. To get to underneath the hood, you pull this little pin that leans forward, and there's a little eyelet down here. So this is how we get underneath the hood. Underneath here, you're going to have all your basic necessities, your coolant, your batteries, your air filters, your radiator screens. Nothing crazy underneath there. But the other thing I wanted to show on this hood is you now have LED headlights, as well as side LED lights. So on the side here, if you zoom in, you'll see right here, you actually have kind of side-facing LEDs, so you can see off to the front of it. So it's not, if you have your bucket in the air, you can still see to the sides of everything that you're doing. As we work our way back, we'll show how heavy duty the front axle is. On this L series, anything smaller, Kubota's a little bit lighter duty, but now everything is cast steel. Very heavy duty, very large, robust front axle to it. You have your steering rods here. There's some controversy on the internet about whether it's better they're in front of it versus behind it or below it. That's just the way Kubota makes them. And we'll talk tire options real quick. These are agricultural style tires. On the L3302 and the L series, you have 4 different tire options. Agricultural is going to provide the best traction. You have the industrial for more puncture resistance and a little bit nicer on grass. And you have an R14 hybrid, and of course you have turf tires. So there's other videos out there on which tire to pick and choose, but you do have 4 different tire options you can pick and choose on an L3302. Very easy. One other thing I'll point out here, very easy to get to your oil filter and everything. Same thing with your transmission filter, very easy to get to all your filters and all your lubrication points on this tractor. We're going to go to the back of the tractor now. It is a standard Category 1 3-point hitch. These are very thick, robust 3-point hitch arms. They do have turnbuckle style stabilizers that I'm not a huge fan of. They're very inexpensive. They're kind of easy to break, but they're cheap to replace. So I kind of like upgrading them to the telescoping style. It is an option from Kubota that you can get. Makes your life a lot easier when hooking and unhooking rear implements. You have your rear PTO underneath your shield. This one is actually, oddly enough, I didn't check this over, missing a couple pieces, but you would have a top link and you would have your drawbar system sticking out right here. Apparently, we've robbed them for other tractors or for customers off of our lot. You do have a toolbox here. This is the cheapest part of anything Kubota, is the toolbox they put on their tractors. I recommend upgrading into like an ammo can or a B-expanded toolbox that like bolts to your roll bar. This is actually a folding roll bar, so you can fold this down here, kind of splits halfway through. It'll fold it down, it'll lay down so you can get under those low-hanging limbs into that garage or barn that you're trying to keep it or store it in. So you do have to get some tools, but this will fold down. If your roll bar is folded down, please do not wear a seatbelt so you can jump off. We'll next go to the actual operator station. So this is kind of new on the L3302 series, is your rubber floor mats, which is nice. So, you know, there's a lot of dew out this morning. So I still have very good traction with my feet on these rubber floor mats. This is a gear drive transmission. You have two transmission options on the 3302s. You will have your gear drive and you'll have your hydrostat. Gear drive is going to be better for pulling. You actually gain about 2 PTO horsepower. Since this is a 33 horsepower tractor, on the rear on a gear drive you have about 28, and on a hydrostat you only have about 26. So if you're pulling tillers, bush hogs, post hole diggers, you will gain extra horsepower from a gear drive. Now, as far as overall operator use, a hydrostat is easier to use. So if the kids are hopping on it, the wife's hopping on it, this is your first time ever buying a tractor and you're not comfortable with shifting and clutching, hydrostatic is the way to go. Costs you about $1,000 more when it's new, but you know, it's a little easier to use. On the gear drive, you'll have 8 speeds forward and 8 speeds reverse, all done by your clutch, your shift knob in the center, and your other controls on the side, which I'll go ahead and show. So on a gear drive, we're gonna have our ranges there, and forward and reverse right here. It's very much like a shuttle shift on the steering column, but it's just off to the side. And then you have your high and low range right there. So you have you know, four total gears in high or low and reverse, and 4 total gears in, you know, the other options. This is your dash. These are going to be your regeneration buttons, and this is a parked PTO safety switch. So you can actually, if you're running a wood splitter or a wood chipper on the back of the tractor, you could go ahead and do that while pushing that button, and you don't have to be in the operator seat. On your other side, you have brake pedals here. They are dual brake pedals, so you could brake steer by separating them. You've got a little accelerator pedal, and you have how you can raise and lower your 3-point hitch, or you could add in a set of rear hydraulic remotes there if you're running hay equipment. The other nice thing about the new 02 series, it comes with a grab handle here. Again, those rubber floor mats and those LED lights on it. So that is your L3302. As far as weight goes, a little bit more on the spec side. I've already talked about horsepower and PTO. This tractor with a loader with fluid-filled rear tires is going to weigh roughly 4,000 pounds, plus or minus a little bit on that one, because I don't have a weigh station. I can't weigh them exactly. It also depends on which tires you have and what fluid you put in those tires. But very solid. Comes with a 6-year powertrain warranty, 2-year fender to fender right now. Realistically, the L series is Kubota's most popular series because it's a solid, rugged workhorse without getting too expensive or too crazy as far as options and features. So that's the Kubota L3302. Hope that gave you some more information about it.